Hi everyone, and welcome to the start of another reading vlog, but a special edition. And that is because Clay and I have rented a cabin in the wilderness. Matilda is running wild somewhere. We've brought Matilda, we packed up a car full of groceries and all of our crap, and we're just gonna have a bit of a Walden experience. I definitely wanted to vlog because I truly have no plans except enjoying nature, driving around, seeing the trees, and reading a bunch of books. We just got here and I wanted to do a bit of a tour and chat through the books I'm reading before we, started cooking dinner and getting actually settled in. But welcome to the start of this special edition reading vlog where Reagan reads creepy books in the woods. So to quickly go over the books I hope to read, I brought one book that I hope to read from start to finish over the next few days, and that is Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. This is one of the most exciting books on my October TBR, and is essentially like a dark fantasy novel following two siblings that are ascending to godhood. It has to do with alchemy. I hear it's really weird and intriguing, and I hope the writing style is just dark and bizarre. So I essentially hope to try to read this from beginning to end over the next couple of days. But if I somehow finish that book and need to read something else, I also brought my e-reader where I have The Way of Kings, which I will read as well. But now that that's settled, I'm gonna do a bit of a cabin tour, show you guys the view, which is really, really beautiful, and then we have to bring in the rest of our luggage is the word I was looking for. So quick tour time. So starting first and foremost with the outside. I was checking if there was a screen, so I didn't want to run into it. Here is the outside, so it's just beautiful. We're surrounded by all these trees. Table, there's a hot tub, orange leaves. There's Matilda up there. Can you see her? Hello, Matilda. I wasn't kidding when I said she was just running wild, but here's the cabin. So it's super cute. Living room, clay, kitchen over here. There's two bedrooms back here, but obviously it's just Clay and I, so we will be not using them. Maybe Matilda will take one, not sure. But main event is up these stairs where Matilda is hiding. Hi, Millie. Stay up here, I'll carry you down. No, no, no. Here is the last bedroom, and honestly why I was so excited to find this place. It's just this A-frame giant window in bed. Like, all I'm gonna do is read here all day and watch the leaves change. I'm so excited. But this is basically the tour of the whole place. This is it. And yeah, so welcome to the start of my extra special cabin reading vlog edition, fall special. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. Let's get some fresh air. Alright, so I apologize in advance for that chaotic intro. We had just gotten here and I was just so excited to show you guys everything. But it's obviously a little later, like an hour. We've unpacked, we put all of our groceries away, we brought hot dogs. And I'm now in pajamas, in my ghost pajamas. And Clay and I are gonna watch some TV and just hang out. I'm gonna actually start making dinner. I'm gonna make some spaghetti, just simple, easy, delicious. We're just so excited to be here and have a cozy good time. I don't know, I'm so excited. This is my first A-frame cabin. Is this your first A-frame cabin, Clay?
I think so.
I want an A-frame cabin now.
Give it an A+.
Ah, got him. But anyway, I'm gonna start cooking. It's like an easy little spaghetti moment, and I'm jazzed about it. Here we are. Same thing, different place. Matilda has her own chaise. I'm cutting up this onion for the spaghetti, but this is great. Making just a pot of spaghetti sauce. Literally just gonna be ground beef and onions and sauce, and then spaghetti and dog food. Yum. Nothing like spaghetti, which is the easiest thing to make in the world, and as always, satisfying, especially on a cool fall evening. Matilda is back over glamorously, hanging out in her corner, but think we're gonna watch an episode of the Great British Baking Show. I am actually going to read tonight, I promise. Just kind of decompressing after our drive today. I'm actually, let me flip you around. In honor of the Great British Baking Show, I'm gonna make some oven s'mores. My humble opinion, one of the greatest dessert creations of all time is the s'more. There's simply, in my opinion, nothing really better than a s'more. I think it just is always so good, and especially in a sort of environment like this. Yes, I probably should use a fire, but you know, the broiler for 2 minutes will get it exactly where we want it to be s'mores wise. So I'm gonna make some s'mores and watch the Great British Baking Show, and then I'm gonna start middle game and try to read a chunk of that tonight. But yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna get my bulk of my reading done tomorrow and then also on Sunday. But all in all, you know, just relax and hanging around. But yeah, I'll show you guys my s'mores when I make them. All right, here they are. And then you just pop them in under the broiler for straight up 2 minutes. You gotta watch them like a hawk because they cook really fast actually. Et voila, oven s'more. Matilda was weirdly sitting downstairs and would refuse to go anywhere. And we discovered it was because her bowl was on the console. And until Matilda had access to her bowl, she was not interested in going to bed. But here we all are now. Big window, Matilda. This is vacation Matilda. It's the same Matilda, just at a different place. But anyway, I'm actually about to start reading finally. Finished episode 2 of Great British Bake Off. It was biscuit week. I think they were making cookies. But anyway, I'm gonna start middle game now, which I'm hoping is not too scary, but we'll see. Won't lie, Clay and I have been bitten our heads this evening.
We're out in the woods.
We're out in the woods. We're city people. We keep hearing noises. But anyway, I'm going to start reading, and I just opened this book up and it said the end. And I was like, wait a minute, did I start it backwards? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna start reading now. Good morning, everyone, to a beautiful, cool morning. But it is 8 a.m. and I am up and about. I actually slept so well last night. We fell asleep so early, like I actually think at like 11. I don't even remember the last time I fell asleep before midnight, but I did, and I'm up and at 'em and it feels great. I'm brewing a cup of, well, a whole pot of coffee right now. And I'm actually going to just sit down on this little chaise, look out at the woods, and do some reading this morning. The overall game plan for the day is we're gonna drive around and maybe do a hike. But for the most part, we just really wanna drive and kind of do some like leaf peeping. Honestly, the roads and everything up here are just so beautiful. So we just kind of wanna just tool around and see the sights. Both of us are still very much amazed by fall, as we both grew up in Texas, and Texas doesn't really get fall, especially not in October. So yeah, I think we're just going to hang out here this morning, maybe make some breakfast. I'm gonna read for a while, hop in the car for a bit, and just kind of like look at the mountains from our car and look at the trees from our car and just kind of see all the beautiful sights. So that is the overall plan for the day, and then we'll come back here, probably make some dinner, watch a movie, and hang out. Basically just kind of relax. This trip is to both kind of like see fall and also just kind of relax and do a bunch of nothing, which is kind of what we're doing. So up early, out early, but you know, doing all the big exciting fall things. But oh, I gotta show you guys my exciting puzzle I brought. So tomorrow Clay might have to do some work, and we're really just gonna be hanging around the cabin. Maybe do a hike in the morning, actually, I think is our plan. But other than that, hang in the cabin. So I brought a puzzle to do. It is a cozy cabin puzzle. It actually came free with our KJP order, which we both got crew neck sweaters from them. But look how adorable. It's like a little fallscape scene, which we just thought would be a fun little activity. So yeah, today, drive around, see the trees, look at the sights, be amazed by the mountains. I'm gonna do some reading though. And then tomorrow, puzzle, hike. But really, we're just here to enjoy the great outdoors and to relax. Huzzah! Matilda stole my spot a bit. But that's all right, Millie. You can lay there. Enjoy the view. Enjoy your morning. You deserve it. So while I wait for the coffee to finish brewing, I wanted to pop in and tell you how I feel about the initial amount of middle game that I was able to read last night. So I was only able to read about 50 pages of this book before I fell asleep because I was very tired. But so far so good. This book is definitely super weird, and I'm not entirely sure exactly what's going on, but it's definitely the vibe I was hoping for. So far the author is using a lot of quoted text, and we're jumping forward and back in time quite a bit. But it appears there was like one alchemist in the 1880s who constructed an individual from like, Matilda, giving her 2 cents on this book too, who constructed like a all-knowing forever living body out of like dead body parts, who then ultimately killed her. And now this individual named James is possibly the bad guy and is possibly about to create the 2 main characters that are referenced in the synopsis, who one is really great at math and one is really great at language. He does some sort of experiments with children, but all of it is very murky so far. But it definitely has good like dark vibes, and the writing is definitely a peculiar kind of maze, which I was hoping it would be. So at this moment, it's definitely hitting all the notes I was hoping it would. But you know, I'm just gonna keep reading and keep you guys posted, and definitely hope to read like a good chunk this morning before we go off and drive for a little bit. And then obviously we're coming back from said drive and I'll do some more reading. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys my initial thoughts and let you know I was able to read 50 pages last night before falling asleep at like 11 p.m. But hey, going to bed at 11 allowed me to wake up at 7 and enjoy this beautiful morning light. So I'm counting that as a win. I'm pretty happy with that decision, but I'm gonna do more reading now. I'm finally gonna do it and just stop talking about it to you guys. Cheers. Oh, that's hot actually. Ah! Matilda living her best cabin lifestyle. Hi friends, so I thought I would take this reading update outside. Cheers, coffee, because it's beautiful and I wanted to enjoy some fresh air. But, so, I've read 100 pages of this book so far, and here's the thing, sometimes you just pick up books and you can tell right away that you're gonna love them. Either it's the writing style or the setting or kind of the structure of how the story is going to be told. Any of those things can kind of make you realize you're gonna love something. When it comes to middle game, it's all of those things together that makes me realize I'm gonna love this book. It opens on this sort of confusing and convoluted laboratory setting where we're following some individual who clearly has sights on controlling the world and time and the universe through like alchemic power. There's flashes back to like his creator in the 1800s who kind of imparted on him this revenge tale, right? Like for him to not only, you know, continue her research, conclude her research and unlock the mysteries of the universe, but to also enact revenge on all of the like uppity individuals who've kind of prevented her research from going forward in like the alchemic society. That aspect is dark. Their experiments are dark. They're violent, scary people, all of those things. And one of their experiments is that they're creating children, or trying to create children in theory, who are able to kind of like hold the doctrine. And they basically split the doctrine into like language and math and put them in like 3 different sets of children. Fast forward, now we're following 2 children, a girl and a boy, and they're able to talk to each other in each other's brains, and they have all of the concerns of a 7-year-old would, but are also geniuses in their respective field of study, and they're making like a friendship with one another. So there's just this aspect of like deep character connection. Like these 2 kids, I am just rooting for them to have each other because they're both so lonely and they're seeking out connection, and they're finding connection through their like brain voices. And then also there's this like dark underbelly reality that these children are being raised as lab experiments to kind of bring about the end of the world, maybe, or not necessarily the end, or possibly just being able to give one individual control of the world. But like obviously I'm sure a lot of stuff is going to happen between then and now, and the structure of the book is awesome. Like the chapters are it kind of opens at the end and then we start at the beginning, which as a plot device, it's always something that I love because you just always have this in the back of your mind, this scene of great intensity, and you're like, how did we get here? How did we get here? And so now the whole book kind of rewinds and we're seeing the steps to how we get to this really intense moment at the end. And it's just really successfully done, and we're just skipping forward in time and having these like scenes, and then sometimes like 2 years will pass, another 3 years will pass, and you're kind of following intimately these two characters, but you know all the stuff that's happening behind the scenes. It's just so good so far. It just has this wonderful intrigue to it, and because of how it's structured and how the chapters are organized, it has great pacing. There's also all these quotes. There's also these excerpts from this children's story that exists. There's so much going on, but it's so good. Also, guys, fall is amazing. Ugh, the Northeast really knows how to do it. But yeah, I've passed the 100-page mark this morning. It's still not even 10 a.m. I'm having a very peaceful, still in my PJ moment. I think Clay and I are gonna make some breakfast here and then probably head out to look at the leaves and drive around the mountains. But I wanted to give you a reading update because I'm loving middle game. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully you enjoyed this outdoor update. Cheers. Plaid in the mountains, so original. Clay has college football on. Can't escape it, no matter where we are. But he's also making breakfast. So, you know, pretty lucky out here. Got our eggs, making some fried eggs. Got some bacon already cooked, and shout out, and then we're gonna head off and see the leaves, as I keep saying so many times this morning. Delicious, everyone. We're on our way. Clay, where are we going? To see the tree, huh? We're going leaf peeping. We're just gonna drive. We really don't have a lot of plans, but we have some like landmarks that we just kind of want to peep through the old window, so that's what we're gonna do. It's a really beautiful day out today, so it should be a nice one. Time to put some jams on. You can see some of the recent listens in terms of what we've been listening to in the car, but good morning. It's Folklore O'Clock, I think, though Maggie Rogers and Phoebe Bridgers and Rit Momney, Fleetwood Mac, all great vibes, but Folklore it is, I think. I don't know if you guys can tell, but holy, try not to use explicit language, but this is really making me feel all sorts of excitement. It is just so beautiful. I could cry. We're on our way. It's just so pretty. I feel like I'm in Gilmore Girls. I'm losing my mind. What an adventure. We arrived at our first scenic overview. It's a gorge. Have we ever seen a gorge before, Clay?
Yeah, in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, but this is gonna be fall gorge. It's gonna be beautiful. So we're gonna go enjoy some fresh air. Let's go see the gorge. And there, my friends, this car is behind us, but here's the gorge. I'd say it's pretty gorge. Oh, good one right here. We are now traversing to the bottom of said gorge. So, trying not to fall. And we made it to the bottom. Beautiful. Made it to our second stop, which is a farm. Look at these trees. We're at golden hour. Oh, it's so beautiful. But it's a farm, and it's apparently the most photographed farm in America. But it's also the farm that is on the puzzle that I'm gonna start tonight, so it felt right. So yeah, we're just gonna go walk up this hill, look at this beautiful farm, grabbing my camera, and I'll be on my way. See that figure in the distance? That's Clay. He just ran away from me. Just like that, we're on our way back. It was a lovely day seeing the natural wonders of this area. We're gonna pick up some takeout burgers and do a puzzle when we get home. And it's gonna be a grand old time. I'm also gonna read more Middle Game, don't worry, because I am really loving it. Tomorrow, I'll flip you around. Really have, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So, too many plans. We're just gonna hang around the cabin, maybe do a hike in the morning with Matilda nearby, but really just kind of hang around, read, do all of that sort of thing. Relax. But yeah, we're on our way back. It was a great drive today. Officially almost back. We picked up our dinner. Really seamless process. Got milkshakes to have on the way home, and then we're gonna eat our burgers on the patio, I think, and enjoy the evening air. It's actually really nice out. It's like high 60s.
It's warm.
It's like warm, yeah. It's like
4 for Vermont.
it's definitely it was a warmer day today. It was like in the 70s, and it'll be like warmer evening, so that's nice. Mountain air. That's warm. It's actually too dark to eat outside. Oh well, not a big deal. Putting on the ultimate, you know, dinner side show, and our burgers are ready to be consumed. We are opening up the puzzle. Things are getting wild in here. We're almost done with season 3, and if you're familiar with Schitt's Creek, all the feels are gonna be happening over the next 2 seasons. This is 1,000 pieces, by the way. Will we be able to finish it?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, but there's always Thanksgiving. A bear came to our door, and we're city folk who doesn't really know what to do. So we made a barricade.
A barricade.
Wow, good one, Clay. Yeah, I called my mom and she laughed at me, but this is where we're at right now.
Well, your mom.
My mom was like,
Your mom was like, it's not a big deal. Bears come to my backyard frequently. But then she was like, do you have any food outside? And we're like, there's trash cans. And we threw like some plastic bottles. She's like, She's like, do you have any food in the house?
Mike.
Yeah, well, but what does that matter? I was like, well, the bear smells it. And we're like, okay, that's fine. And she's like, well, bear could get in if it wanted to. And I'm like, this is not what I'm looking for.
Right now. Where are we gonna go, Mom?
Yeah. This could be a really dark video used for my, you know, funeral or in the next vlog.
Millie was completely nonplussed.
Yeah, she was asleep the whole time.
In other news, we're gonna put When Harry Met Sally on and get back to our puzzle if we can concentrate.
Yes.
I mean, bears are normal. We're from Texas and also have only lived in New York City. We don't have a lot of encounters with bears.
Yeah, my experience.
Beats bears in Battlestar Galactica.
Experience is rattlesnakes.
Yeah, give us a rattlesnake any day. The bear was kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie. We made eye contact. It was so big. I don't know if I'm just like making it larger.
His black eyes were scared of me. I'm not kidding. He looked.
He like.
Into his soul, he looked into mine.
He came. I'm not kidding, guys. Right to the door. I was like, "Oh, sir, would you like to come in?" Anyway, back to the puzzle. Back to the puzzle. We added to the barricade, and When Harry Met Sally is now on, which I've never seen before. Millie, on the other hand, big fan. Hey, Millie. Yep, big fan. Making some more oven s'mores, you know, because we're not going outside this evening. Voila. All right, friends, so I'm about to start reading for the evening and going to bed soon. We just finished When Harry Met Sally, and I loved that movie. I've never seen that movie before, which is honestly surprising, given my love both for romantic comedies and the fall season. I had never seen it. It was so funny. I loved it was set in New York. It was great. I need to watch more Meg Ryan movies. I think we're gonna watch You've Got Mail next, which I also have not seen. I know. So yeah, glowing review for me. If you haven't seen it, would highly recommend. But now I'm going to venture back into the dark, dark world of reanimated dead bodies and alchemy and 2 young geniuses and start reading Middle Game again. Hoping to read a chunk of this tonight. I want to wake up early tomorrow, and generally speaking, in terms of our plans, Clay and I don't really have any like concrete plans. I think we're gonna like hang around here more today, given that we did a lot of driving today and we have to do a lot of driving on Monday. So I think we're just gonna hang around, maybe take Millie on like a little hike, get some fresh air, but for the most part, just hang around the cabin. I wanna do more reading. Obviously, I wanna read a lot more of Middle Game, mostly tomorrow. And then also work on our puzzle. But I'll say, the puzzle is really hard. But we're not giving up yet. Yeah, obviously football's on tomorrow, so I think we're just gonna have like a lazy day, enjoy the weather. It's gonna be very chilly, which I'm excited about. But for now, I'm going to get back to reading and try to read to page like 150 tonight, and then focus all my reading energy and, you know, ability tomorrow, where I hope to obviously read much, much more than that. But anyway, today was a very successful day in the cabin. It's not even the bear part included. The bear part included. But now it is time to read. Good morning, world. Clay is already back on the puzzle. Coffee is brewing. I am in my daytime fall pajamas. Our barricade is just back to being a regular chair. And it's Sunday morning and we're gonna have a relaxing day. And it's gonna be great. It's really chilly today. It's like 42 degrees outside, which is honestly amazing. So yeah, that's truly the grand plan. We're just gonna kind of hang around, watch football. I'm gonna do a bunch of reading. I was able to get to page 150 last night. This book is wild. I really have to just say again and again how much I love the writing style and kind of the choppy nature of the narrative. You're kind of jumping to all of these scenes, but it creates this level of urgency and intensity to everything, and I'm just such a big fan. I have my camera right now, so that's what this is. But anywho, I'm gonna have some coffee and enjoy my Sunday. So I'll keep you guys posted with everything. Matilda is lounging in the sun. I have read to page 200 this morning, but it's just a little after 10 and I'll flip you around. We're gonna go on a bit of a hike. We're bringing Matilda. We found like a dog-friendly trail, and we also bought her a little backpack if she gets too tired, so we can just plop her in there and then carry her around. I wanted to show off my fleece because I'm a big fan. It's from American Eagle. I'll have it linked down below if it's not sold out. The reason why it's extra exciting is because they have a dog version of this fleece, so you can get one for yourself and your animal. I was hoping hers would arrive in time for this trip, but it didn't. But I will definitely show it off when it comes in the mail. It's actually like at our apartment now. It just came a couple days later than I was hoping. But yeah, I love it. It's super soft and you can match your dog. It's great. But we're about to leave and go on a bit of a hike. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna make some pancakes, watch football, and read more Middle Game because this book is so intense. Like I can't put it down. It reads so quickly. We've arrived to the state park. I feel like my camera doesn't really pick up like the golden hues that we see, but it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful day too. It's like 50 degrees and sunny. But yeah, we're gonna walk around. It's gonna be a grand old time. Then I'm gonna make some pancakes. Enjoying the nice scenery. Matilda is amazed by all the smells. She's not the best walker. She's a little cavalier. The top. Little girl did so good. Only a mile uphill, so that's a leg workout for today. And so begins our decline. So beautiful. I love the woods. We pivoted for breakfast to dinner and picked up some Sammys to enjoy in the car because we are frantically hungry. And just like that, we're back. I spontaneously bought a whole pie. We were buying our sandwiches from this little place outside. They also had pie, and I thought they did by the slice, but they didn't. So we just said, whole pie it is. So, you know, we'll have some of that later. But now we're back. I'm going to set up football, and then obviously I'm gonna do more reading. Matilda and I are all tuckered out from all of our walking we've done. So it should be prime vibes for getting all of the reading in and just relaxing for the rest of the day and evening. It's like 3 o'clock, so lots of the day and obviously a lot of the evening left. Hopefully we have no more visitors in the terms of bears, but you know, if they come to say hi and he'll likely mosey away. But anyway, just wanted to say we're back home now. Matilda is pooped. I'm drinking coffee. Football. But I just thought I'd show off little Miss Magoo. Matilda's got her flannel on. She's very cabin chic.
Not her flannel,
her fleece, her Sherpa fleece. How could I have gotten those confused? Getting into the whole pie I bought. It's so pretty, actually. I mean, like, honestly stunning. 10 out of 10. What's your review Great British Bake Off style? How do you feel? I doubt there's a soggy bottom here. Oh my god, you're giving me the handshake. Hi friends, it's almost pancake time, but I wanted to check in and do a reading update as I've read over 300 pages now, and I'm just really liking this book. I went in expecting like alchemy and kind of this sort of dark mystery and this ascension to godhood. And that is all definitely prevalent, especially when you are in the side chapters kind of following this kind of primary evil alchemist who made these children. But you primarily read chapters following Roger and Dodger, these two individuals from childhood through where I'm at now, and they're like early, late adulthood. And they're like mid to late 20s is where I'm following them at now. And so much of this book is their very intense relationship, this bond that this pair, they're inexplicably always drawn to each other. Like the alchemists try to keep them apart. They like had them raised on separate sides of the country, but they can speak to each other in their brains, and they always kind of, they've had moments in their life where they have been separated, both by choice due to various circumstances throughout their life. No matter what they do, they always kind of will run into each other at like key moments in their life, at least so far. And their relationship and their bond is so intense, but also just like a really nice thing to read about. They just love each other unconditionally as siblings. And I will say too, like Roger and Dodger's life, particularly Dodger's life, is very intense. And I would say this book definitely has trigger warnings for self-harm and suicide. So that's something I definitely want to call out and keep in mind before picking up this book. But it is very character-led in a way I wasn't anticipating, because in my head, these characters are supposed to be like almost gods, but they're so human. And especially the things that they are fighting for, which is like belonging and fighting loneliness and like figuring out how to fit in within a society where they don't feel like they're really made for. And that is kind of true, because they're kind of this, because both of them are these all-knowing beings in the opposite direction, Dodger in mathematics and Roger in language. Both of them are brilliant, and they're just fighting for this feeling of belonging, but because of their brilliance and their ability and how they consume and how they exist within the world, they have a hard time fitting in and understanding other people, which is also why they're so close to one another. It's just a really interesting book so far, and it's written in such an engaging way, and the pacing is really intense. And it makes it hard to put down, and it has a lot of time skips, which really helps the plot and narrative push forward too. I just feel really connected to Roger and Dodger. I mean, you literally follow them from childhood. Now they're in a grad program, and I don't know, I have no idea what's gonna happen next. I'm rooting for them terribly though, but there's also this looming sense of like the end of the world is coming, because we also know what the alchemist is doing behind the scenes. So I don't know, it just has a lot of different threads, and it's working really successfully together. So I'm gonna keep reading. My goal is to get to at least like 400 tonight. The book is about 500 pages, and then I will finish it tomorrow when we drive back home, and I'll just finish it in the evening, and I will vlog that too. But just wanted to give you guys a reading update. I am gonna make pancakes here in a minute for dinner. Matilda is still just laying on my lap. She's so sleepy from her hike. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a reading update. Middle game is really, really good. Game show, different day. We're almost done with season 3. Made some toast with some local raspberry jam. Rose Apothecary would be so proud. And so begins reading again. We finished season 3 of Schitt's Creek, and so now I'm gonna try to get to page 400 of this book this evening. It will be grand. Quick reading update to just continue to sing the praises of this book. It's tricky to talk about it because I obviously don't want to spoil anything, because it just moves at a pace that kind of gives it kind of a thriller vibe, and there's this sort of mystery at its core as well, because again, it opens at the end, and then you're kind of piecing together what in the world is going on and what's fueling these two individuals who are supposed to be these sort of like god-like individuals who have the doctrine in their heads, and also like what happens if they actually do ascend, and what possible powers can they have along the way, and like how is that going to impact reality. Because I mean, those are the questions that the alchemist characters are also trying to figure out, because they don't really know, because everything's kind of a grand experiment. That being said, time is played with in a really fantastic way within this novel, not only as like a pure narrative structure in that we are jumping all around, forward in time, back in time, and just like the narrative structure is organized in that fashion. But time in itself is also becoming kind of a plot device in this sort of like Groundhog's Day capacity. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a really fascinating component to the book and just continues to add to the larger narrative and mystery structure to the whole thing. But it's just so interesting. And obviously Roger and Dodger, as well as this sort of like hyper intellectual setting, like it's very cerebral, like people thinking and contemplating like language and mathematics and how those kind of can translate into the universe. And then like simpler things too, which is just like pure human emotion and interaction, and like the need for connection is like very much at the heart of this book as well. I don't know, I'm really liking it. I think it has so many great parts and pieces, and it's definitely living up to my expectations, which I won't lie, were very high because I wanted to love this book so badly when I picked it up. So it feels great that I'm liking it so much, but I'm gonna get back to reading. I'm trying to read like another 50 pages and then I do need to go to bed because we are waking up and driving back tomorrow. But I just wanted to give you an update about my general thoughts and feelings because they are positive. This book is great. Really intense, very dark, sometimes creepy, but very excellent. Bye, nature. Clay and I are gonna miss your calming sounds, even with chainsaws in the background. But really, it's just so beautiful. I love fall so much. I know that's a cliche, but I mean, cliches are cliches for a reason, right? Bye, cabin. You were so much fun. But now we must head back to the city. I did read to page 400 last night, so roaring success in the cabin in terms of reading amongst doing other things, which I'm pretty jazzed about. I'm definitely gonna try to finish it today when we get back, so I'll keep you guys posted. I'll do a couple more reading updates, but I probably won't vlog too much more. That being said, Middle Game, ooh, great atmospheric, creepy, suspenseful book to bring to the woods or to your apartment or to your home. I would just highly recommend the book in general. It is excellent, and the pacing, excellent. The hype, warranted. The praise, deserved. I'm excited about it. But anyway, it's like 8 a.m. We're loading up to go home. We are on our way, going to the back roads, which is the most beautiful. Would highly recommend. But we will be back at our home in Brooklyn in a couple of hours, so I'll keep you guys posted. But for now, we're gonna enjoy the scenic drive. Hi friends, just sitting here with my pumpkin goblet full of coffee. And I just wanted to pop in and quickly wrap up this special edition cabin reading vlog, which I hope you guys enjoyed. Clay and I had a wonderful time and really enjoyed the fresh air and just kind of having a bit of a wilderness moment. That being said, I was able to complete Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. And guys, I loved this book from page 1. I've obviously talked about it at length throughout this video, but all in all, I would say highly recommend. If you haven't read it, read it. It's definitely worth the hype. I love the pacing, the structure, the style. I can't wait to read more books by this author because everything that they've done, I'm into, and I just want more. But yeah, that means I was able to read 523 pages over the course of this weekend, which obviously I'm really pleased with. That also means I think I've read so far 3 books this month, which I will definitely take. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with another one soon. Goodbye.